Hello everybody and welcome back to the Formula 1 Gibraltar World Championship. Today we'll be taking the action all the way to China, and once again, as you can expect, I am alongside my colleague Julian.
Good evening everybody, we're back here racing on a Wednesday evening. We're super excited here in the commentary box to be commentating once again on the F1 Gibraltar Esports League, and we're expecting some big things even today. We have our main drivers, our protagonists, Perry, and we've got Vutiji again lead the championship with 88 points, with Perry not too far behind, and Laggy not lagging too far behind either. So we're expecting a good race. It's a different track to Suzuka in Japan, and we'll have some absolutely great overtaking points. So we're looking forward to today's race this evening, and let's see if some drivers can capitalize on the upcoming race. And the most important thing now is, Ethan, qualifying.
I was about to say, that is definitely the most important part about this. But as we can see here, we can see all the drivers. This is just the starting off. We've not seen any racing in China from these guys, but we do know these guys are quite competent in the fact that they know how to race tracks that they're not used to. Now, last week we were in Japan. Completely different circuit when it comes to China. China, a much bigger circuit with a much larger straight, 2 DRS zones. So this could get quite interesting. I'm quite excited for this, because we have the 2 DRS zones. Mind you, this will just give you a brief little introduction. Our first DRS zone that you will be seeing is down the pitch straight, going from sector 3 to sector 1. That is a very, very big one that you can see a lot of overtakes, especially into corner 1. And the second one is in sector 3 down to corner 14. It is down that really long straight into that very sharp hairpin corner. I know, there's either going to be collisions, overtakes, or just some good around battles. What do you think's going to happen here?
I think it's going to be a mixed bag at the moment. We don't really know where we're going to be at. We know that the level's high between the first 5 drivers, more or less. And we know that there's big players that want to have big hitters today. So again, we've got 2 DRS zones in this track. It's one more than we had in Suzuka, and it's going to be a lot easier to manage the ERS on the track. And we're seeing some of our major contenders doing their first laps at the moment, as we follow with Wilson. And if I'm not mistaken, Wilson wasn't racing last week, so we're glad to see him back on the grid for week 5. And again, we'll come to that at the end of the season, Ethan. And again, today is going to be the one that counts. It's going to be Vutiji who's got to pull it, because let's put it real. If he gets more than 25 points lead from Perry, he can win the championship earlier than Monaco.
That's what I was about to mention. The fact that we already have a driver that could go in for the win of this championship is quite crazy.
Vutiji with 31.
And look at that, Vutiji with already a 31.8, Martinez a 32, Jamie with a 32, and Rambo with a 33. And then another driver there with another 33. You can really see the difference is these drivers are a lot more compact. Obviously, we are saying these are the first few laps of the track. You do know this is where the tyres are getting warmed up. The drivers are starting to get familiar with the track, find out their braking zones, because each driver has their own zones they would like to break into. They don't want to go and follow everyone else because they know it's quick and they know themselves truly. But what we can expect today is the drivers are a lot more closer, a lot more compact. This means, and just right there, we see Perry go off the track and invalidate his lap. That's a shame. You must have been on a flyer as well.
He was on his out lap, actually. And he's just started.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely.
And I think he's just not got the tyre push up to scratch. Kane Muscat just joined us again. So we have some drivers that, unfortunately, just coming a bit late into the
Shouldn't be much of an issue. Oh, and Jumba is out.
And Martinez got a 5-place grid penalty with collision with Jumba, so we've missed something.
Oh, something has happened. There has been a little bit of an accident, hasn't there? It would seem in the qualifying.
Well, again, Elite's coming for it, and we know Elite again from last week had a few incidents, and it was a shame. We caught it on camera. He just clattered himself into the wall, and can he make the difference? Our man Borrell, though, he got P1 in qualifying last week before we had our technical issue. Can he be the wild card?
I think, I couldn't... I would say Elite definitely wants to put his name down, because we have seen, sadly, Elite is quite a good driver. We do know Elite is a very competent driver, and he knows how to put himself down on the track. Oh, and we see Perry. He's losing the tyres quite a lot there, isn't he?
He seems to be catching a lot of slip, so he might have to go back into the pits and get the setup correct, put a bit more downforce in the car. But the problem is, you don't want to compromise the car's top-line speed, because when you're trying to fend off without DRS, and you've just got to put ERS on max in the race, you don't want a car that's slow on the straight, don't you?
Especially in China with these 2 very long straights. Rather excessive, I would say. Although, still a good track. We're going to see some quite good action. We can see a very different strategy change. Very different from Suzuka. Suzuka is a much different track. And remember, last week, really good racing. Very close and absolutely spectacular. This week, we can only hope to see that as well. And now, here we go. Perry's now starting his out lap. He's now starting his true lap. The issue with that is he went over the line to invalidate the lap he did prior as well.
Yeah, it's a bit wide there, but it's a double apex. He's just clipped it perfectly. He's coming in through turn 3 at the moment. It's a nice connection to turn 4. Nice, right to the middle of the track. He's going to go down to the next hairpin, down into turn 6, and it's not going too bad. But the problem is, the big problem, Ethan, we've already got a tight field between the top 6. And even if you want to go to Jumba before he had to get out,
That's
even Urko, it's
32.
not very far.
No,
31.8 is not really at the hot lap yet.
No,
but
at all,
again, this is my man at the moment. He knows the championship comes down to the next round, and Perry's got to capitalize. It's this lap now that he needs to stamp his name and put Buttigieg under pressure.
Oh, and look at this. If we look here, Perry actually just set the fastest sector 2. He's already going quite quick. This, I'm not going to say it too early because we do know the curse, but I think everyone at home and you yourself can know what I'm going to say in this situation. Oh, we can only
yellow
hope.
flag ahead in section 3.
It does seem like someone stopped on the
I just
hairpin.
saw it on the panel on the side, but again, Perry keeps pushing. He knows this is his lap. It's been cleared, so probably an ERS deployment on recovery system just to slow down the engine.
That is a
perfect
lovely,
apex.
lovely.
And here we go to the last corner. Can we see Perry jump to the top of the
Let's
session?
see. Down round corner 16, down into the final pit straight. What is he going to be setting? And we can see this coming. And Perry sets a 31.6, just getting ahead of Buttigieg. Buttigieg in the pits. He will definitely respond to that with quite a lot of time left.
And it was sluggish though, Ethan.
It was. There is room to improve. He did not set the fastest in sector 1, so we know there is room to improve from Perry.
And that last sector might have just jumped him a little bit, just coming to the line, even though it was a hot one and it was the fastest sector so far. He just seemed a bit like he was out of touch. Might have been a bit wary of the yellow flag before it was cleared into the braking zone.
It might just be a bit of rust. He might not have been racing much in China.
No.
I know it's not a favoured track for a lot of drivers, but what we can expect to see is quite a lot of racing today. Oh, and look at that. Rambo went off the track just then. That is
He's got ERS deployment. He's just recovering, but he's just coming out of turn 10, double left-hander. And we're coming into the tight section just before you hit the detection zone for the first DRS zone into the track.
Yeah, exactly. Now look at this. Now we're going to be following Laggy as well. Now with Laggy, the third driver on the podium. Although they are quite close, might I say, but he is quite low on fuel now that you point that out.
He's recovering. I think the best thing the guys can do is to try and do one lap, conserve tyre and the ERS, do another lap, and then come into pit lane.
Exactly.
And maybe we're going to see some tyre changes.
I think so, because what we're seeing today is it's going to be quite a different strategy. I know a lot of drivers, will we see the hards come out?
I think we're playing at it, but the problem is we've got a lot of fast corners and a lot of degradation in this track, and we don't know really where everyone's going to be at, but there's a lot of guys locking up as well.
Exactly. Things are with these lockups, it really just does compromise your tyre, especially on the soft compound, which the tyres just get eaten away at any slight misconvenience. It's just not something you want to see. But now look at this. What we're going to see of Laggy, he is currently on he's on his outlap. He's not even setting a fastest lap. We can see just by his ERS deployment. But look at the field. I want everyone at home to realize 8 minutes left in this qualifying session, and we can really see how the drivers are just completely, and I mean utterly completely different from each other. Look at this. 31, 31, 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, and then the rest 33s and then 134. This is stupendous. I'm excited for this day. This is going to be a good day of racing. Everyone is so close-knit. Rambo's
it's a shame, man. Some of our just drivers who are getting in the mix are just missing out at the moment. And again, as we watch Laggy come into pit lane, all of our top guys in the pit lane. But look at Bone. He is P5 and he's rapid, he's quick.
This is so far, this is his best.
He's only slightly less than a second away from P1, and as we follow with Bone into the last sector, he comes early, he clips it, a bit of a slide through, he clips the apex. He's going to go in well, and we should see where everyone's at as we go through. We had a just slight, sorry for that, folks, we just had a slight technicality there, but we're going through, getting to the last sector, we're going down the home straight, we go with DRS. Wow, Bone just lost it.
Shame.
Is he doing it for the fans though? We had seen the chat though, but it's a shame, isn't it? It's a massive shame.
That is such a shame from Bone. He was on such a good lap as well. But you know what? That is what you can expect sometimes of these guys. They just really get into it and they don't even notice from the fact that they just make such small mistakes. Now, we do know Bone is quite a hot-headed driver. We do know this.
He has a little bit of fun, doesn't he, on the track? He's
He
just spinning
does,
up.
he does. Right
I
now,
think Bone should do some burnouts for us, but it will cause inconvenience.
I
So
think Bone's
let's
finding
behave.
he's finding a new preference in life. He might become a lawnmower. Look at him.
Yeah, we have the stick trying a few lawn mowers, and Honda's got a new engine out.
That's lovely. We don't want to get backlash from anyone that's a Honda supporter. We'd rather not. There is just a light joke from the commentary box.
We have Buttigieg now on his outlap. He's on the back straight. He's got Bone in sight, so watch out, Bone.
Ooh, no.
So we shall follow along with Buttigieg because he is the championship leader. He is the guy who has to set that up. But let's not put it on the commentators. Let's put it where the fans want it. We want to see a bit of argy-bargy. We want to see a bit of contact racing. We want to see a bit of a rivalry. And we're getting to that part of the championship. And look at this. Elite is out with mediums. As spotted here on the commentary box. We shall see if Elite can do something with the mediums. You know, it might be a better tyre, but good first sector from Buttigieg as we follow along with him. He's coming out of turn 3 into turn 4. He's going really quick now at the moment. And we're going to just wait to see if he can slot in the fastest sector 1. Comes down into the tight hairpin of turn 6. Brakes nice and hard, nice and clean, straight braking. And the car doesn't seem to lock up. He's going pretty well. He's going now into the fast left and right-handers. And yeah, it's going supremely well, actually. Nice and clean line. Oh, a bit of sparks. That car bottoming out at the bottom. And he's getting now to the quick left-handers now here. Double apex.
Look at that. Now, can I just say, this has been quite... Honestly, I'm quite shocked. The top 3, normally, much closer than they are today. Now, don't get me wrong, they are still quite close, but we do know that
Perry's the president,
Perry and Laggy, Perry has definitely set the lap to beat, and we can maybe see Buttigieg reply to that because
he's not got any purple sectors.
Although he might not have purple sectors,
one.
he is, and he's not got much ERS. This just really shows these long straights really make you have to conserve that ERS. Because it just really throws it off. You can use all your ERS and then you'll have none left for the next long straight right after.
Massive slide out the exit. So just spinning it up when he got on the gas. We come into the last corner. It's looking clean. He's going to come in. He hits the curb.
Let's see what he sets now. What is he going to be putting in? And he does get a quicker lap. He had 31.7, much quicker than his last lap.
We're getting close now, and it's between these two today, I think. Laggy's going to be there.
Yeah,
you cannot put Laggy out.
Of course not.
But Borrell in P4.
Oh, Borrell as well.
Borrell in P4, and he's under by half a second.
Okay.
Keep your eyes like last week.
Now,
Borrell could be on it.
Now, let's just hope we have no technical difficulties and he does not get robbed once again. But Borrell is on an absolute trailblazer of a lap. Here's he goes down into the hairpin. Once again, no purple sectors.
Perfect apex.
But look at that. Beautifully executed. Absolutely divine driving from Borrell. As he comes down into the last corner, down into the pit straight. What is he going to be saying? Will he be taking that top spot? And what does he do? And he gets into P3, pushing Laggy right down into P4. Borrell with a 31.9. That is stupendous driving. Now we're going to switch back right into Laggy. Laggy just been pushed out of that P3 slot, and he is going quite quick. What is he going to already respond?
He's in the ones already. He has to go as we follow along with him. He gets inside hairpin, nice and clean. That is lovely. Apex. And we're getting to the last corner now. He's stretching his legs now here. He's still got enough ERS deployment to put it into overtake mode. Here we go, down the home straight.
And what's he going to do now? He sets a... Oh, P1 with a 31.4. Absolutely demolishing Perry's time. Pushing Buttigieg down into P3. And Borrell back into P4. Laggy said, you're not pushing me out of the podium. I'm staying where I belong. And you need to get that into your head. And that is what Laggy's done. Laggy has responded as fast as he could to that incident.
I think that's incredible. Laggy, like I said, we can never count out Laggy, and we were just saying it, he was just a bit far touched now, but now he's put everyone in their place, and Borrell must be seething by the idea that he couldn't beat into the top 3. Now, here we go, Buttigieg must start his lap. He's nice and well, he's not got enough ERS at the moment, but he's going to play with it probably to his advantage. Low fuel load, soft tyres, he knows he's pushing, at least change to soft tyres as well, so he can probably push for the next few laps.
Exactly. You know what? I think this is the first time all of the drivers have been on the same tyre compound. Normally we see at least one driver.
He attempted the medium, but I think he thought...
Yeah, I don't think you can do the mediums on this one. But look at those times. That is lovely.
We'll see now for the sector 2 if Buttigieg can just capitalising his moment now. He's quite quick through the sector. He's nice and clean. That's the important bit. It's not messing up this sector. Oh, clips Apex perfectly on the curves.
Mind you this, these tracks, they really rely on how you take the corner prior. On a track like this, where you have a lot of these very tight S corners, you can just see, if you take one corner bad, that really jeopardizes your next corner. And that's what you don't want to see.
We know Vutiji wants this now, and we're just seething here in the commentary box where we're looking to see. We've got nice green flags ahead. There was a yellow flag behind him, and he's pushing on. Here comes DRS, clicks in. He's got 20% overtake mode. As you watch that ERS go down, he's going to put it down to hot lap mode again.
He doesn't really conserve his ERS on this track.
He's hot on his tails.
He definitely
is. It could be a good lap, but he needs to. Oh,
now.
What?
That's a bit of a slide. But although slide doesn't mean everything, he could have made that up. Adi goes around the last corner. Is Vutiji going to respond? I don't think he will, but what are we going to see from him?
Last time, but look at nothing. More 3-7.
Let's just say, it sounds like that was a bad lap. That was still an absolutely marvellous lap. A 31.8.
And credit where credit's due. Bone is still in P6. He's been an underdog. And he's
in the pits currently, isn't he?
After he completed his first race last week without getting it in the tyre barrier, he's actually putting himself in a position to push forward.
Martinez really just off the line there.
It's a shame, but he's still hot. He's still hot.
Although issue being, he barely had any ERS deployment. He had nothing saved at the start, but now he does, thankfully. This is just going to be spectacular racing.
It's a shame. Nice P10. You know how strong he's in the races, but he's in there at the moment, is he?
No, he is definitely not right now. But it's not the end of the world, is it? We know these drivers. We know what they're capable of. But I know for sure we're going to see something very spectacular from Vutiji coming.
Well, we've got 30 seconds left, more or less, on the qualifying.
He's preparing for his last qualifying lap.
I don't think he's going to make it.
I don't
think he's going to make it.
Well, it's just down to the numbers. This is down to the seconds. If Vutiji can just slap in that... He looks like he's low on fuel as well. Will he be able to
I
reset
don't
one?
think he's going to have enough. He's conserved the RS, but I don't think. But if he's got this tactically correct, this might be the stunner of a lap. Just exactly. Put it in.
He does look like he's noticed the time now.
10 seconds.
I don't think he'll make it in time.
No, he won't.
He definitely will not. Although what we can say is Martinez is on his flying lap right now.
Here we go.
He's going out, and from what we're seeing, it does seem like quite a powerful lap as he goes down into that hairpin corner. Let's see how he takes this. Will he take it nice and clean?
It wasn't too bad.
It was not bad at all, I'll just say. That was a lovely lap. And also, as we were saying, Vutiji is now gone into the pits. He set an amazing lap time. This is the last laps of the qualifying. And what does Martinez set? Martinez set a 32.8.
We've still got one driver going.
We have another driver.
We've still got... but Wilson's in, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Wilson is in. Although, what we don't know is what he's going to be setting in.
Here we go.
Currently,
he's under 7.
He's under.
But that's on his lap time.
On his lap.
He might be able to beat Rambo or Urko.
Although that's quite good. That might push out some drivers from where they are standing right now. And that's not what they want to see. What's he going to do? Oh, a big slide out of the last corner. And what does he set? He sets a 33.2.
And he beats the guys. He's P9.
Puts Jumba in P10 and the rest. And that is that for the qualifying in China. Spectacular races from these guys. Great laps. Amazing performance. And now this is where it matters. Down into the race. But if we see here, following to the onto the top 3, Laggy, Perry, and Vutiji, 31.4, 31.6, and a 31.7. And then Borrell with a 31.9. The top 4 close. Fraction of a second. And Martinez with a 5-place grid penalty, it looked like.
It's going to be interesting, Ethan. I think that with Martinez, it's going to play something up in his position. But at the end of the day, the important part, we've got our top contenders in the top 5, and Elite is not far off.
Elite is not far off. We may not have been giving much spotlight on him, although we can see some promise from him. We'll be following you now. We will be back shortly when the race starts. Hello everyone and welcome back. Now we are following into the formation lap of this race. Now, with a spectacular qualifying, we saw Laggy snatch away that win off Perry, Vutaji and Borrell. Borrell was very much in the top 3 for just maybe half a lap, sadly, because Laggy really just responded instantly. He did not leave anything on there.
It's going to be a heated one today. And of course, the important bit as commentators, let's stir it up in the chat. Show us your support. Who's your driver of the day? As we show along the race.
That is a bit of an odd race strategy, from hards, mediums to mediums.
It's a bit complicated.
You know what?
You never know.
Yeah, exactly. The drivers might know something better than we do. And look, actually, speaking of, most of these drivers, look at these tyre compounds starting on.
Vutaji playing the medium.
Vutaji and Borrell and Elite, and then Jumba as well.
I think they're going to be in the best strategy, you know?
I think if it was up to me, I think I would have started on the medium compound as well.
Soft compound, push hard, and then get that,
exactly.
get out of the way and pull. If he gets the gap, and we know Vutaji can pull it at the end.
Definitely pull. We know this. We saw exactly. We did see that. He did pull away at the very end.
He won it because he played it smart.
Exactly.
So again, everybody in the chat, put who your favourite driver is for the day, who you're supporting, and if you have any questions to the commentators, we'll answer it for you.
Send it our way. We can multitask, can't we, Julian? We can do both. We can watch racing and read.
We are designed for this. We are tactically advised in this, aren't we?
I mean, I'd hope so, wouldn't we? We can only hope so. But now, look, as we see these drivers going around the last few corners, we're going to see them all go into their slots, getting ready, starting up with them engines, and just absolutely setting this track alight. I can't wait for this. As we can see, K-Muscat wasn't able to set qualifying time, but we do know K-Muscat can actually do some good times himself. Will we see him go up the rankings today? I'm hoping at least. That's the plan.
I reckon we're not too far off. And you know what's going to happen, Ethan?
You tell me.
We're going to be very, very close. We're going to be very close in this race.
Yeah, I think so.
It's going to be complicating, but you never know.
Okay, here we go. And it does look like the race is going to start any time now.
Here we go. Red lights are applied.
And it's lights out and away we go of the start of the China Grand Prix. If we follow in now, look at this racing. Absolutely spectacular driving from everyone. Look at this. Down to the first corner. Borrell in P1 already. There's already contact in the P into the corner 1. Borrell from P4 all the way to P1. Laggy pushed down to P2.
Oh, he's down to P3. He had a moment.
Oh, it does seem like he has, hasn't he? But it's fine. Perry responds.
Wilson up to 6th place.
Look at it for
the session.
I know. My look at Borrell.
Here we go, Borrell fans. Here we go.
This is what we love to see. Wow. This is amazing. Already 3 overtakes in the first corner. We haven't even been starting for a minute and we've already seen some great overtakes.
The championship is deciding, Ethan, and we're getting to that point where it's just your hands are rubbing.
Exactly.
And Vutaji senses a bit of
now,
nerves.
mind you this, look at the tyre compound. Borrell with the medium. He's already on the quicker compound. He's on the better tyre to start off with than Laggy. He has a better chance. What is happening at the back as well, might I add?
Massive
a big blocker from
Perry.
Elite. And Elite, I think that was definitely Elite from a lockup right now. That is so horrible to see. You do not want to have a lockup this early into your race. Wow. Beautiful times from everyone. This is amazing. I can't wait. Now, down this very, very long straight to the hairpin. Look, everyone in a file line, getting ready to overtake. And is this what we're seeing? Laggy looking down the inside of Borrell, sorry. Look at this race. Look how close the drivers are. You can really tell just the aspect when you are on board of these drivers.
I think Laggy here at the moment, he's just sensing it, isn't he? He's like, wow, it's a bit wide there. You can tell that he's on the hard compound. You can't look at Borrell's lap time, 38 from a standing start.
From a standing start, 38 is quite lovely to see.
Rapid lap times, and I think it's Borrell's redemption there, you know?
I think so. I think he really wants to say to everyone, he got cheated out last time with the lag, with the iteration we had with the stream.
Borrell's not too far. He's 6th in the championship.
And
you know what? He can be challenging Laggy at the end of the season.
He can be. Because at the end of the day, mind you this, we are nearing the end of the season, although it's still up for grabs. Vutaji is ahead at the moment, although it doesn't mean he can't have an incident. We don't know. Racing is unpredictable. You really never know what can happen. And that's the best part about this, I think.
I think everybody at the moment is just settling in now. And like I said, Borrell's going to push. He's almost over that 1 second, Ethan. And it's the next lap where they're going to enable DRS. And we're really going to get something saucy, aren't we? So, accident in sector 2. Oh, what's happened?
What is happening?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been Wilson. Oh, there was a contact because there's a massive gap now between Elite and Wilson. Something must have happened there.
Something must have happened. Because Or it might have just been an issue of going off track, which we do know happens quite a lot in these races.
Yeah, but it must have been contact. And I'm just trying to see anyone here. If anyone's fallen down the grid. It might have been Bone, because Bone was up in 7th place.
Bone has had a moment, hasn't he? It does seem like he has. What has happened with Bone? Let's see. Bone doesn't look like he has any damage on his car, though.
Well, we'll follow along with him into this corner, nice and close, and we'll see if there's anything on it. Well, everything seems intact and everything seems
right into the hairpin. What we love to see.
Might have had not contact, but might have just spun around.
I think that's what's happened. I think that's what's happened recently. Once again, we weren't following along.
Morel 35. Oh, but Elite just smashes it in.
Look at that. Elite.
The lads with the mediums are pushing.
Exactly, because
they have to do it.
You have to, because the issue is with the hards. Yes, mind you, they will pit a lot later than everyone else. Although it also does sacrifice an issue.
What a battle we've got in the moment for
Laggy and
the podium position.
Look at that. Look at Vutici right behind Laggy. That is beautiful to see. Look how close these drivers are.
Again, Vutici under pressure, but he needs to now step up to the plate. He needs to make moves. He needs to push, because he's on the medium tyre. And guess what? Laggy isn't. And Laggy's holding him up now because he doesn't have the pace at the moment to keep it with that medium tyre. But they're keeping it under second.
They are.
And now DRS has been enabled this lap.
I was going to say, this is where it really stirs the pot.
Protection zone for that is just coming in out of 11 and 12 into that tight left.
Exactly. And right now, basically everyone will have DRS, especially the top 3. Now this really does put pressure on Borrell. It really, really does. Because now we're going to see, with the DRS open, that car will absolutely lunge forward.
Whoa, massive moment.
That is, wow.
What driver control. He absolutely got it literally lock to lock there, almost spinning at 90, and he's still controlling.
There we go. Now, they've already got DRS. They're going to have DRS very active very soon, and they do. Look at this. We can see a DRS open from Laggy, and there has been an issue, but it looks like it's K Muscat. He might have gone off the track.
K Muscat. He's DNF, and that's it.
The session.
They've got a race in their hands now. The top 3 are under, actually the top 6 are under second. We've got a group.
Look at that. Now, we've already had our first DNF. Not something you want to see. Sadly, K Muscat with another DNF of the season.
It's a shame, man, for all those K Muscat fans.
Vutici
coming with a 35.4.
Wow.
Looking at laps though, we're still around 5 seconds off. But this is what happens in racing, lads. It's hard and gritty at this point. The tyres are wearing out, they're overheating, they're stressed, and the drivers are having to fend off whilst race do their laps.
Exactly, because now, mind you this, with this whole race, it's not like any track we've raced on. It's
what massive moment happening! He just takes
look at that, and look at Vutici. But Vutici, that's the difference with a driver like Vutici. He sees these little things, these little mistakes that happen on the track, and he really just captivates on it. He goes for it, and you can see now Laggy aiming his car. Look where he's aiming his car. You can see him. He's aiming down that gap. Look, he sees it a bit open. He lunges a bit forward.
Perry's been smart though. He's giving around a half a second gap to Vutici. And tell you what, I don't know if he's playing smart or this is just him struggling a little bit. We've got a situation where Perry has to make the biggest jump. He's second in the championship. It's all to play for between him and Vutici.
Exactly.
And I think he's waiting for something to scrap out because it's getting scrappy, lads.
It is. But now, I just want to grab attention. Laggy, he most likely could have overtaken, but I think he's doing a strategic approach to this, and he's making sure he gets DRS. And as we see here, look at Laggy. He has that DRS open. He goes around the outside of Borrell. 3 wide into the hairpin.
Oh, 3 wide. The drivers haven't had contact. They've done it so cleanly. Good respect between all of them.
That is lovely. 3 wide into that hairpin corner. Everyone maintaining the same position.
Borrell must be thinking and kissing at the moment that he's been so lucky not to have a moment.
Right now, he knows he's got 2 heated up drivers ready to fight. And we haven't given much attention to Perry in P4, but look how close all of them are. What is happening in this race? Everyone, it's like a conga line. They are dancing between positions, absolutely swaying these cars left and right, keeping them on the track, but also making sure that they keep the position that they want to maintain. And now we see an overtake from Urco in P9 over Martinez. Great racing from the guys at the back too. This is what we love to see of racing. Absolute challenge everywhere.
It's a shame Wilson can't keep up really with that group of elites. There's a few seconds down since that bone incident, and here we are. We're following on board with Laggy. I think Borrell's had a slight moment. He just went for the apex, and the car got really unsettled. and we're coming into the fast left-handers of turn 9 and 10. Here we go, onto the counter straight. He's going to go into the next corner, get into the DRS
And
application.
turn 11, and we're going to see now, actually, this is something that I'd like to bring some attention to. We're looking at Laggy. Laggy right now has DRS open once again. We're going to stay on board with Laggy to show you guys what this straight looks like when you're going down it, barreling at it at top speed of your Formula 1 car. Now, what I will say is if we just drag our attention, look at this, down into the corner, we can see the heaven, he's reeling him in, down the inside, he just takes over Borrell like it's nothing really.
But I think at the moment, and the undercut, he's going to go for the inside.
Wow, that is spectacular. What is happening this race? It just really shows this is just a complete difference in everything. Look at that. What we love to see from these races. We just love this because it comes unpredictability here.
He's gone on Borrell.
And Borrell overtaken by Vudici as well.
Perry's gone through as well into P3. Borrell's gone down. Something's happened with Borrell. He's been
What is happening, Borrell? No, it just might have not been a situation like that. He might have just lost the pace. He might have just really gone off his line. Getting over.
Oh,
and we see Elite.
He's had contact again with the barrier, and we've caught him once again.
Another issue with Elite. That is not what you want to see. Elite with front wing damage. His front end plate gone.
Oh, it's a massive shame for Elite fans. Once again, it's disaster for this season. This league is just not going his way, and it's just not going ahead. But here we go. It's all down to our top three because now Borrell is really far. He's 1.6 seconds off. Can he chase the leaders?
And now we're going to be serving to Vudici. Now, Vudici in a very prime spot he wants to be in. As we can see, he is on the medium compound tyre. He is on the quicker compound than Laggy. Both different strategies. We're seeing the top two drivers on different strategies.
The strategies are going to be different, but Vudici is my worry because here comes Perry and he seems he's got a lot more pace now. Road dog.
I'm getting ready because I think it's about to get electrifying in this chat
but
right now.
DRS because he was still under second.
But look at Perry. Perry, he won't be able to. Not this lap.
DRS. He didn't have enough push from the engine to help him.
But also, look at Vudici. Vudici's really not got enough ERS neither. We're seeing
massive slide from Vudici as well.
Oh,
they're
what
just
a
getting
shame.
out that corner. They're slapping on the throttle and they're just getting the thing sticking out a lot.
You know what this really shows? It just shows no race is predictable. There's no predictability with these racing. We saw it in Japan. We saw it in Australia. We've seen it in every track we've been in so far.
We've got
China's quite different.
Hold a second. Jumba's just gone into pit lane. He's going to do an undercut on lap 7.
Already in the pits. That is...
it's early.
It's early.
Can you guys in the chat tell us if Jumba's made the mistake or has he capitalized for the midfield? We'd love to know.
Exactly. We would like your input on this because once again, you guys fuel this. You guys show us what there is to be interesting in this race. And now we're going to be following to Rambo right behind Bone. Oh, Rambo, a little bit of traction.
Yeah, a bit scrappy these two, and it might be interesting.
It's definitely going to be interesting. We know Bone is a driver that really wants to get his elbows out and make sure he stays in the position that he's in. He's in the points. He is in the points currently. That's where he wants to stay.
Well, let's look back with our leaders because our leaders are under 2 tenths.
Look how close these drivers are. This is... Oh, wow. We saw Laggy go off the track there a little bit. Is that maybe a warning? That might be a warning. We don't want to see many penalties come out. A caution in Sector 2. Matt most likely was just a little incident with one of the drivers.
Off the track and that's it.
Yeah, that is. But now look at this. Look how close Vudici is to Laggy. But now Laggy knows he's really a sitting duck if he hasn't got ERS. Now Vudici with this DRS, he's got DRS. Not even an issue.
Before DRS is deployed.
Look at that.
They've contact on the home straight. You see that?
Just a little bit of contact.
And here comes Perry.
Oh, Perry overtaking Laggy.
Got changes.
We're getting quite a lot of changes. I'm enjoying.
He's going to have to push hard now because
look how close these drivers are getting to each other. Look how close they're getting. This is absolutely spectacular racing for each other.
Can't keep up, and it's a massive shame for Borrell fans because we know how much Borrell really wants to get a good result. We know how good he is, and we know it's a massive shame that he had a bit of a moment in the earlier stage of the race. But now, as we keep pushing, we're going to see where these three end up. There was almost a look from Perry into Vudici, but let's see how everything goes.
Now, I just want to grab everyone's attention here. With this race, we've seen already so many changes in the standings. We've seen Rambo now overtaking Bone from what we're seeing. You already know Bone is going to respond to that.
Oh, massive moment for Perry.
What a shame from Perry.
But I think the race is really between these two because Vudici, even though we're fourth of that medium tyre strategy, it might not work out.
It might not because it is really gamble. When you go on these softer compounds. Because the issue is with these softer compounds, obviously you are quicker, but you have a lot less tyre life. And on a track like China, I don't really want more tyre life than you want in the
looking up flat spots in the tyres are not going to go at this point in time. But have you noticed? Perry's played it smart. He was almost half a second behind, and now he's done. Oh, Perry
he had a little bit of a moment there. He lost traction, it seemed. Lost a lot of acceleration in that corner. And now, with a spectacular shot of these 3 races going past, look at this. We can see Laggy right behind Perry. Laggy has DRS, Perry has DRS, and Vutaji does not have DRS, but he's activating all his DRS that he can. Look at this. And you see Laggy overtake Perry, though. That is beautiful. Overtaking, very clean, no bumping, nothing. Beautiful driving from these drivers. Now we're going to see Laggy right behind Vutaji. Is Vutaji under pressure now? Is that what we're going to be expecting to see?
He's under pressure, but I think Vutaji is dealing with the situation very well. But we have a battle here.
Now
with
look,
Elite and Wilson.
Elite still with front wing damage. He has not pitted. He is not changing his strategy.
It's smart for him just to try and conserve as much time at the moment, not lose too much time. But he's losing 1.9 seconds from what he was doing earlier.
That's the issue when you have front wing damage. It really doesn't seem like it does a lot, but it really, really does. It changes up your entire race.
He's got damage on the left side, and that's on the outside of most corners. It's a right-hand track. It's a clockwise race circuit, and unfortunately, he's not getting the sufficient downforce.
He's not. He really isn't. Now we're going to be going back into the top 3 again. We're going to be following with Perry. Look how close these guys are. Although you could really see the difference of these medium compound tyres.
Vutaji's going for it. I think
look at that.
Smart. He's got to go for it.
And might I just say, Uruguay has switched to medium as well.
And the second sector always get him under half a second.
They always do. It just shows these drivers have very different drive styles from each other. None of them are the same. They all have very different preferences. They like different things. They try different strategies. They know what they're doing. So what we're expecting to see here is just... well, honest to God, I don't even know what we could expect. It's just constant changing, everyone battling. Now we're going to be going into this long straight once again.
DRS train again, and again, Vutaji moving a lot, so he has to stay. He can only make one move on the straight before
we're on board with Perry. We can see Laggy with that wing open. He's going to be going around the outside of Vutaji. Will he get that position in? And what did he see?
Oh,
there's no contact, but they're going wide.
Perry's got time to go.
And through goes Perry, but he doesn't manage to get it. He stays in P3, but it pushes him that closer, and then he's going to have DRS into the pit straight. Whoa. Oh, it goes over the curb. That's not what you want to see from this car. Now, look at this. We're seeing Laggy overtaking Vutaji to the first corner. And that's it. Look at that. The move was done. He's just sent it in there. Vutaji overtaken by Laggy. Now we're going to see this into P1. We see Laggy comfortably there. Vutaji in P2. He's going to want to respond. And then we're going to see now Perry as well. Look at these top 3. They've been shifting. They've been dancing with each other. They've been doing a little bit of salsa dancing together. That's what they've been doing.
He was smart, but the problem is he counted himself a lot. And as I check in the chat, we've got a Perry supporter. We are supporting Perry, and we'll go with a typical penalty. It looks to be track limits this time round.
It is a track limit.
Now, I have just noticed everybody. Borrell is being chased in by Wilson.
Wilson in P5.
He's chasing. I've just seen that now.
None of us have paid attention to Wilson this race, but he was on the bottom half.
It under 3 seconds, and I just saw him sneaking behind. It wasn't too far back. Look, if you just see there behind the screen,
there's Borrell
going through, but Wilson's not too far back.
Oh, Jamie with a 3-second time penalty as well. Now this is where the time penalties start to come in. It really starts to set.
And this track is known for track limits.
Exactly.
What a lead from Laggy. Can we just talk about that?
Look at this. Oh, look at Perry. He's sizing up Vutaji like he's a meal for him. You can really see this. Look at it. Will he be trying it? I don't know if he's going to have some late braking. Is he going to try it? He doesn't. He backs out. I was expecting some late braking there.
And again, they both made mistakes. And here's where Perry just sizes them up a bit again for the home straight.
Wow. I'm enjoying this race. It's quite action packed. It's not. There's only action. Oh, look at that. Now here we're seeing it again. Are we going to see another shift in positions? Look at Laggy. Sat there, but he's not going to be able to get that.
Nice.
But will it? Oh, it's so close to each other. We don't want to see contact. Oh, and Perry round the outside.
And he does like he's done it. Perry's done it.
Contact. There's been contact. But has there been damage? I don't think there has been. But we've just seen contact from the top 3 drivers, something we rarely see in these races. That is spectacular from these races. Look at that, a lock-up from Perry. You can see Vutaji trying to compromise on it. Go the 135.
He always smashes in the fastest lap for that extra point in the championship.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love this. I'm loving this race. This is amazing. Look at that now. But although what we did see, Vutaji from P1 to P3, he just got pushed down the rankings.
I can't believe Perry did on the outside into the
That is such a risky corner to do it on. Because if you get off of that racing line, you could really lose traction and send the car far.
My part, because we're now getting to almost to the middle part of the stage. Of the race, sorry. I'm going to say my driver of the day. I'm going to Perry straight away. You know how much commitment a driver needs to go round the outside. It's just absolutely crazy.
Exactly. Now, what we would like to see is, from you guys at home, put in the chat who you think is your favorited driver for today. As we see Perry go around the loud side, inside of Laggy, knocks up. But here we go. Then we see Perry. Is he going to be sticking it again? He'll be having DRS. He'll be very close to Laggy. Will he be able to overtake him into the first corner?
He's just going to see both of these sizing up. Oh, massive problem for Laggy.
And now we see Perry. He's got that DRS up, and Vutis goes into the pits. That's it. We've got the leaders going in. But now look at Perry round the outside, very cleanly on Laggy.
He's done it again.
He's
done it again.
Laggy could not even do anything to that. Perry just did that such a clean overtake.
Your hands down, everyone for Perry. We see everyone supporting Perry, and Perry round the outside again. 2 moves of T1.
We're seeing quite a lot of Perry supporters today. We're seeing a lot of Perry supporters.
I think Perry is at the moment everyone's driver. He's the underdog. He's second in the championship, and he knows Woodigi. He must be seething. And now we're gonna see if Woodigi's medium tire strategy works.
Now that's the issue, because now the drivers that have gone on mediums, we can see they are changing into the hards, although Borrell and Elite still on that compound they start off with, but Vutage has gone into the hard compound tyre. He's on a fresh, hard compound. That's how you know. He will stick to that for the rest of the race. That is his one pit stop done. And that's what you can expect from drivers like this. We're going to be going into Jamie now. As he goes, he's going to be chasing Wilson. He's on the tail end of Wilson currently. Will he be trying to overtake him? Wilson covers off the inside line. Round the outside. There's contact with both drivers. That is not what you want to see. Look at that!
Whoa!
Had a little moment. Jamie gets it in. He goes around the inside of Wilson, overtakes Wilson. But will he have DRS? I think he might, you know. He might.
I'm lost for words. I am lost for words.
He does. Jamie has it. Oh, and we've missed a top switch. Laggy overtook Perry into the hairpin.
My God, we've got so many battles on the grid.
We can't keep with everything. This is spectacular driving.
As we're going to
exactly. Look at this now. Look at this. We can see Laggy sizing up the inside, and he does it. Laggy takes back that position that was rightfully his from Perry. Borrell into the pits. Borrell is now the other driver that's gone into the pits. We see Wilson into the pits as well. 2 drivers that have gone into the pits, changing their strategies. But now, Laggy, loses the tyres a little bit there. That's what we've just seen. Perry capitalizes on that. He goes, gets some grass on his tyres, get those tyres really dirty. They're so close. They're fractions of an inch. They could make contact. A lock-up from Perry.
Oh, but he gets a nice inside line. He's just got the exit perfect.
And what are we going to see? Are we going to see another overtake from Perry? Look at this. Look at these drivers. Look how close they are.
And Woodigi has a problem. You know what the problem is? He's now going to go through all the drivers that haven't pitted yet. And they're slower than him.
Is Woodigi going to play the smart game and just wait for everyone to go into the pits?
And he chased it down because he let these 2
He's already going up. He's going up into P6 already.
I've got a comment here from Shaka saying, Perry's cooked his tyres. Can we see someone else do it? Again, we are taking your comment absolutely seriously, and we are just actually discussing tyres are a massive problem here. But the same it is for Perry, it's the same for Laggy at this current moment in time.
And look at this, I want to drag your attention back to the screen. We can see Perry, look, even though he is quite far, he won't be able to get it because he has no ERS point. But look how, even with just DRS, he drags him in. He's got his rod in the water. He's getting a bite and he's pulling it in. He's dragging in, trying to get that fish right back. And there you go. Section 2 like a yellow flag. That does look like
he's now 8 seconds behind.
There must have been a moment with Wilson. There might have been a moment with Wilson there. That is such a shame. With Bone? Is that where it's happening? This is crazy. Sensational driving for everyone. Bone going to be going into the final corner here with a hairpin. Look at his driving. He's had an amazing race today.
It's just getting complicated at the moment because you've got drivers that are swapping about. They've got everyone doing their pit stops at the moment. And
Murko, 3 second time penalty, Murko.
That seems to be with track limits again. So we're seeing a different change of the situation. And Vutigi's overtaken 2 drivers because they're pitting now. Now Vutigi's got open space. He's got 8 seconds to catch Jamie. It's going to be difficult.
Now look at Laggy. He's sizing up his meal right now. You can really see Perry as well. Perry just sees those inside lines. He really just sees what he can overtake, what he can get in. Oh, and he loses the traction on the car just then. That is not what you want to see. You can really see the hard compound, even though they are the preferred tyre for the long distance. It just eats away at the car. It really doesn't let you put those times down. And this is where the medium compound thrives. Look at this. Now we're going to see him going to the DRS protection zone. This means Perry will have DRS into this long straight. I think we're going to see a Perry overtake here.
It's getting close, but it's always the same move, always in the back straight. We're doing the same as Suzuka last time, using the DRS and the ERS to the help. And actually, look at the ERS.
Perry has quite a lot, actually.
And we know Perry's decisive with his moves. He normally makes it stick, and he makes
We're going to stay on board with Perry. We're staying on board with Perry. Look at him, he's going in it. Is he going to be going down the inside of the hairpin corner? And what do we see? We see a Perry overtake on Laggy. But Laggy, oh, you could just see there, Laggy wanted to respond. Laggy really wanted to respond there and take that position back, but he didn't. But now we're going to see Perry. Will he just try and take it away, or is he going to go to the pits? Who's going to be going to the pits now? Don't see. Wait,
we know for sure Laggy's just gone into pit lane.
Yeah, we've seen Laggy. That's it. Laggy's gone to the pits. The top three have now gone into the pit lane. We're changing it up. Perry's now still on the out lap. We can really see this.
Just keep pushing because he's actually doing really good rhythm. He isn't slowing down. And the problem is Vutiji. Vutiji's our problem because Vuti is not too far behind.
He is the driver, right?
And he knows everyone has to stop. He's now up to P3 because Jamie is going to the pits. And Laggy
there we go. There we go. Look at Vutiji. He's pushing.
18 seconds.
He is hungry.
Perry's going to do a rapid.
If Perry, because Perry is now on the oldest tyres.
Perry has pulled Vutiji's pulled 5 seconds from Laggy for the pit stop.
That is mental. That is crazy. Look at Laggy on the medium compound. Now what we're going to see is a real stark difference. He's already getting his tyres dirty. That's not what you want to see.
I agree. Urko is our penalty king. We do state it here in the commentary box, and he probably knows it. And he is the king of penalties. But we know Urko is an underdog, and we know how strong he is in the races when he wants to be.
Exactly.
So, and again, we say that, but Urko is 5th place.
Exactly. That's the thing. Even though he has penalties, look how
high
high
up
he is.
He's always in the mix, even though his qualifying doesn't materialize.
Urko is a very strong driver. We do know this from his races in the past. We do know he is competent to take these tracks and really twist them to his benefit. Really, that's all it is.
Well, let's keep with Perry because we know he's going to go into pit lane, and the moment Vutiji's too far away, and Laggy has now an issue, but he's going to be on fresher tyres than Vutiji.
He is.
It's playing a very, very complicated.
I think we're going to see Perry going to the pits now because I don't see how he's going to continue going with these tyres. He already knows that he's got Vutiji on his back, and yet we see it as I say. And now we're going to be going on board with Vutiji. He is going into the hairpin corner. It just shows really when you go in a different compound how it just switches up everything. Vutiji knows right now he is going to have fun. No, Perry has gone in. Perry's gone into the pits already. He's gone in.
No, the gap's too far. I don't know if Perry's gone in.
Yeah, he has gone in currently. We can see.
Let's see Perry's pit stop. See how quick it is, and let's see in his way out. I don't know if he's on his way out now. Let's hold on.
He is on his way out.
Let's see. Vutiji's already gone through. We know Vutiji. Can he get in front of?
But is he going to get in front of Laggy?
Oh, it's really tight.
What about Bone? Is Bone nearby? Bone is near, but I don't think he's going to be able to get that down from him. But now we're going to see these leaders. Look at that.
Massive slides.
His tyres are quite cold. His tyres are cold, and from we've seen with Perry as well. Now, this is really where it changes things. This is how you see drivers. This is how you determine each driver from one another. You really just see when the tyre compounds change. Because at the start of the race, what did we see? We saw everyone on the hards and very few on the mediums. But now we're seeing Vutiji is on the hards and the rest are going to be on mediums. We're going to see this. Bone still hasn't pitted. 15-lap old hard compound tyres.
He's going for it. Well, we know Bone is like Urko. They're just a bit rough around the edges, and they're just going for a race. They want to ruffle the feathers and say, "Listen, guys, I haven't got the qualifying time."
Sorry to interrupt you really quickly. Look at Borrell. He's pushing it to Bone, and are we going to see something from Borrell? Are we going to see some Borrell magic? And what it looks like it is, he goes around the inside, and now look at this moment here. Overtakes Bone. Oh, and he gets his tyres up a little bit there. But Bone is going to have DRS.
Bone's holding up Urko as well. And we know these two are feisty on track in the real life. Let's see how good they are on the virtual side.
Now, look at this. We're going to be going back into Bone. Bone will have DRS, but he has no ERS. He has not a single bit of ERS.
Slide past him.
Exactly. Now we're going to be going into Urko. But Urko might not. He's
not got ERS either.
Neither. These drivers are not conserving the ERS.
Suzuka's not too far away either.
Exactly. The midfield, once again, same with Suzuka. Very close knit.
Whoa. Hold your horses. Laggy. 34.4. And not only that, he's dropped time. He's under the 4-second barrier.
He is.
And Perry's not too far behind.
Look at the middle field, might I add. I just want to interrupt you. Look at everyone. Everyone is so close knit. And it really just shows each track you can never predict it. We saw in Saudi Arabia, when I was commentating, we saw not everyone was so close. But then as we progress into bigger tracks, you can really see everyone will just sprint together. They will stay stuck. They will not let go of each other. They really want to keep this DRS train going because they know once one of them breaks it, it's kind of hard to get back into it.
Oh, here's a move.
Oh, look.
Oh, contact.
Elite again. Is that way?
And he's lost his front end plate again.
And we've seen it again. Elite's already lost his front end plate again. That is not a thing you want to see if you're an
To
Elite
be fair,
supporter.
I cannot rectify at this moment in time or just confirm here in the commentary box if he had his front end plate change. I would suppose so.
I would suppose so. He has had his pit stop. I don't see why he wouldn't change
his pace was fast. His pace was fast.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if he hasn't changed his front wing, that is
Down
shocking.
to 3.2. Laggy's coming. Laggy's coming to the team.
Laggy's coming to the table. He is stating his name. He is saying, I might be down right now, but I am not out of this race.
Fresher tires.
Look at Elite. That just really shows the difference. It just shows Martinez overtakes him seamlessly. But then look at that. Elite responds right back. And look at these two drivers, ever so close. Look how close everyone is. Look at this midfield. This midfield, absolutely action-packed. What are we going to see? Is there going to be an overtake?
See for the mirror on the right side. Oh,
look at them. Look at the drivers.
There's been contact.
There's been so much contact. There's been so much contact in the hairpin.
34-1. The lap times are coming from the leaders, but we've
Oh my god. And Jumba overtaken by Elite. Elite. Oh, everyone's. The cars are squirming off of the track.
Our midfield pack's sizing up at the moment as we follow along with them. Everybody's got to
This is shocking. Oh my god. They're getting so close to each other. I don't know how they're not making more contact than they already have. Oh, we're seeing some slow.
Perry's closing in Laggy. Just knows that. Again, sorry folks, but I've got to keep with our front runners because we know it's between them three for the championship. And Burrell has got a nice countable P4 because Urko's got a 6 second penalty and it's 3 seconds off him at the moment.
What an action-packed hairpin, might I just say. That was something I did not expect.
We hope for Burrell that he gets an absolute result because he deserves it.
Exactly. I think so. Now, what we can expect with this midfield is a very surprising upset because now, mind you this, the top three currently very comfortable there. They are very comfortable up in P3. They have no issues. P3, P2, P1, they know roughly they will stay there unless there's a moment. We hope there's not a moment, although that's where the midfield will captivate it.
Absolutely. As I follow along with the chat at the moment, we've got a lot of these guys going crazy. You know, we have Jovan at the moment speaking on in the chat. Yes, it is more or less bumper cars, but that's what happens in the midfield. Things size up a little bit. So we'll see where everything's going to go, and let's see where the race goes ahead
now,
at the moment.
Look at Jumba, look at this. Now back into the hairpin, where it was an action-packed moment. We saw contact many a few. Look at this. Now we're going to see Jumba sizing up Elite, and we can see down the inside. Oh, there was a bit. Was there contact? I think there might have been from Elite.
I just got stunned again. Perry's setting the lap time. What? Perry's coming, and so is Laggy. They're under 2 seconds now.
Now, this is where we might be switching back to the top of the lead first. Although, I don't want to let go of this midfield team. Look at this midfield. Look how close they are.
Under half a second. It's just getting... This is crazy.
It's getting spicy. That is what we can say here. Look at that. Look at the drive. But might I say, amazing driving from these guys. They have not let it go. They've not... Yes, they made contact, although there's not been any race-ending contact. That's what we like to see.
Well, unfortunately, racing, we're just seeing a bit of discussion. We love the discussion here as we're live in the commentary box between the chat, between users. And yes, it is true. The drivers are giving their best race they can possibly do. They're scrapping it out. There's going to be slight contact. As long as no one's race is prohibited and it's nothing rough and it's nothing to do with just ruining someone else's race, it's what we love to see. We're getting to that part of the season where we want to see a bit of argy-bargy into the corners, you know, a bit of contact, and that's what we like to see at the moment.
Exactly, because you don't want to have, like, mind you this, it is very nice to have a clean racing, but although when everyone gets their elbows out and you really see contact between the cars, you see damage going onto these cars, it really shows just the impact it has. When you damage your front wing, like we've seen from Elite, it really impacts your car around these fast-sweeping, these fast corners.
But then look at Elite's situation, because we as well here in the commentary box also take a lot of things into consideration with what's going on in the racing, and at the moment, everything that happens, every incident.
Oh, and now look at this. Look at Jumba going around the outside of Urko. Very easy, down to that hairpin, but very late braking. Now we're going to see Urko. Is he going to respond to that? And he does. Urko is going to respond, but he doesn't get it back. You can really see Jumba keeping that position very nice. Oh, the car. That is not what you want to see from there. That is not optimal, might I say. Oh, and sorry, now
and we're back to Suzuka.
We are once again, we're back.
Problem.
The top three, one of them with a 3-second time penalty. That's not what you want to see.
Under a second
already. We're going to be going back into the top three drivers. Now, this is where the action is as well. And we see Bono will take Urko. Bone back there. These two are having an absolute battle.
The leaders because we know these two are, like I said, they're a bit rough around there, just elbows out in real life on the track on the motorcycles, and they're putting on the virtual reality as well. You know, we love to see.
Look at Perry.
Racing.
Look at Perry. He's already nearly half a second closer to Laggy. Although Perry with the 3-second time penalty, we do know he has to make up that time if he overtakes Laggy.
I'm concerned for Perry. He's just throwing away points, and you have to drive clean. I know you want to push, but we knew the pace of Perry. We knew how fast he was, and we knew Buttigieg at the moment is either conserving.
But now look at this. But look at Laggy. Laggy is already he's dragging him in.
Sector 2, because in the mid pack might
there has been a moment. I think there's been a moment with Jamie in P9. It might have been Jamie or Wilson, either or. But now we're seeing, look at Laggy, he's already 300th of a second closer to Buttigieg. Buttigieg gets a little bit of a dirty corner there, but now we're going to see Laggy, he's going to have DRS into the pit straight. He's going to be going around the last corner, starting the 21st lap. Laggy is going to have DRS open. Will he be overtaking him into the first corner? He'll have DRS, the flaps open. He's got his DRS deployment going. He's going to side it up. He's looking down the inside, but Buttigieg closed the door on him. He doesn't even let that happen.
Our front runners are very clean at driving, and even though they've had moments where they've been close to contact, the three are now together, but you're going to see the same.
Look at Perry as well. Perry's now in the fight again. Oh, whoa, and a moment from Laggy. And Perry goes
the king
around.
Of the outside is Perry, and he's making moves today, isn't he?
Perry is doing a stupendous job of driving. Oh, and there's been contact! There's been contact!
Perry's out of the ball, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's in. He's still in it, but I think he's done. I don't think he'll be able to.
Massive moment for the championship. This is all to lose now.
That is not what you want to see from your Perry. He's had a massive moment.
What an absolute moment with Perry. No. We can't believe it in the commentary box. We can't believe what's happened.
I don't think there's been damage. There's not been damage to these cars, but now that's Buttigieg's going to be running away with it once again. He's out of DRS range.
Because Borrell is not too far behind Perry, and Perry's not got a front wing, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I'm pretty sure Perry does. Perry's still at...
Everything seems intact, everything seems
well, not perfectly intact. His tyres have had an absolute beating over the gravel trap in China.
What? Let's just catch our breath for a second. We've got an absolute race, and we've got the leader of the championship leading the race comfortably, and Laggy now having to size up a moment.
Now,
again,
mind you, that's the first time we've seen an incident between the top three drivers. They normally keep it very clean, but it does show.
Commentator's curse, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did say it. We did say it, didn't we?
Commentator's curse.
Well, you know, that's up to contention. Is that a real thing, or is it just
Laggy with 56 points, Buttigieg with 88, Perry's got 60, and if Perry keeps P3, it will be an absolute... You know, he's
now,
won the lottery.
I just want to bring back your attention back to the midfield. We're going to be going back now into Elite. Elite and Jumba.
What a battle.
Look at this. P7, P6, P5 closely knit together. These three are have just a DRS train off of each other. Jumba is keeping it very nice in the lines. We're seeing Elite with his wing open. He's going to be open. What is he going to captivate on it? But we can also see Martinez on the back of Elite. But none of them get the move done. None of them keep it in there.
We all know Elite wants to make a move. He's had such bad luck, hasn't he? Between himself and slight incidences, and he's still not got that front end plate, obviously from that incident in phase 2 of the race.
I think he's just gotten comfortable driving with a little bit less downforce on the car.
Maybe it's because these drivers are struggling.
That is true. That is quite true. We never know that. But now look, like
what a move.
And here we go with Elite down the inside of Jumba.
What a move!
And look, Martinez also sizing up Jumba there as well. You can really see when a driver makes a mistake, they really captivate on it. They really make sure that they know, I'm looking at every move you do. And we have another moment in Sector 1 on corner 1. I think that might have been... Who was that there? Are we going to see it? Oh, and it looks like it's Rambo. Jamie! He's out of the session. Jamie's car's retired. He's done in the race.
Our common guys were making mistakes in the last 5 weeks. And again, massive shame for Jamie fans. But again, we're back with the midfield. It's a massive battle. And let's hold our horses. We've only got 6 laps to go.
Now to the first long straight of the track. As we're going to see now, the DRS will be open for them. And now we're going to see these three, the midfield drivers, really building their elbows out. We're going to see are we going to see an overtake from Jumba? I think that's exactly what we're going to see from Elite. Look at that. Sat like a duck. Nothing there. Absolutely easy.
Almost squeeze him to the grass.
Oh, but look at this. Elite is going to respond. What's he going to do? He doesn't get that in.
Like that move, and he wants that move on Jumba because... Jumba did him a bit dirty, just squeeze him onto the grass. I was a bit close.
You don't want to have that moment because if the car does get to the grass too much, it's really going to snap and then take the other driver out. And Elite,
the perfect line just to the car park come back.
Mind you, let's just remember he has got front wing damage, so we can't excuse when he does make a mistake like that. Although you still don't want to make one. Martinez is following quite close behind, but not making those opportunity moves. He knows he can get it, but he's making the same mistakes as Elite.
I just cannot believe what's happened with our front runners.
I just want to drag your eyes up to the top of the leaderboard. We're seeing Laggy closing that time. He was nearly 2 seconds behind Buttigieg.
He maintained that 1.2 pace, and he wants to be just outside that. We're going to see Laggy basically do what they did to Buttigieg last week in Suzuka.
Exactly. But now look at Laggy. He's already nearly less than a second under the time to get that DRS open. He won't be getting it this lap. Although we're going to be going into Vutaji. We're going to be following with the race leader the first time in quite a while. And look, both these drivers, the same amount of ERS deployment. They both know what they're doing with each other. And now look at Laggy. He's already less than a second under, but he won't have DRS open.
He didn't get to the corner. He didn't get to turn 11 in time to get that DRS deployment.
Although I will say he'll have it now. He'll have it now. Well, maybe he does. You never know, actually.
The DRS deployment is just before the last corner, so if you can just keep it under, we'll see. He's got his.
He won't be having DRS open this time around. Although he is sizing it up for the next time around when he can get it.
There's a situation happening again, and this reminds me of back to a few weeks ago when we had race 2, if I'm mistaken, in
Saudi Arabia, wasn't it?
No, in Australia.
In Australia, that was
the same situation happening.
And might I say, once again, back to the midfield team, we're seeing Elite overtaking Jumba. Down from that hairpin, he overtook him quite cleanly from what we're seeing.
It's getting really close between these three. I don't know if they're all going to finish, because you know how it is. It's all clean until the last 2 laps, then you've really got a season.
I don't want to mention something, although I think you and me have the same idea. Something's not shown up this race.
No.
I'm not mentioning it, because if I know I mention it, it's going to happen. The luck that we have is horrendous.
Well, let's just call it the pace car. Let's not use
I think even that is kind of bringing you a bit of a curve, isn't it?
That's a NASCAR term, aren't we?
I think we're going to have to bring in another world of racing for that, because I don't want to mention the actual name, because knowing us, it's coming in here. And look at Laggy. He's already nearly pulling it back. You can see Vutaji, he's really making that gap.
Just maintain that 1.3 gap. I mean, like I said, nice move.
Look how close they got to each other. I did not like the move. That was a bit of a jerky movement from Elite.
They're just moving under.
But Jumba, with a switchback, he's going to be responding. He's around the outside of Elite. We know he likes to overtake on the outside as well. Elite keeps it clean, though. What is happening with these drivers? Look at this right now. Look at Jumba, ever so close to Elite.
Whoa, got it there a bit hot, you know. You got the curve on the outside, it's almost shot.
I just never want anyone to remember this. Forget this. Look at this. He has front wing damage. Sorry, we're just going to go back into the top 2. Look at the top 2. Less than a second already. Laggy has already reeled it back in. He's going to have DRS now. Willie, I think he might have. We're going to see now. I don't believe he did. He didn't. He's not got DRS open. Vutaji, he's really keeping that distance from Laggy. He wants to keep him as far back as he wants.
Nice and cold. Doesn't want to warm it up too much with the dirty air. And you know what? We've got a situation now. The mid pack is still going at it. Jumba is only 0.1 off.
We have to stay right now. We're going to stay with these top 2. There's been a moment. There has been a moment, I think, in P11. Is that what we're seeing? Yeah, there was a moment with Rambo. I think he lost the rear tires in this car.
Sliding it out, drifted it Tokyo Drift style.
We're in the wrong country for that. We are in China. We're no longer in Japan. I think people have the wrong conception of where we are in the world. But now look at Perry. We're going to be going back to this driver. What an absolute shame for him.
I think Perry fans at the moment, it's just been a massive shame. And again, in the commentary box, we know how much he wants a championship. But it's been these little indecisive moments where he's made penalties. He's had to really push to get to the front again. And he's put himself in a predicament where he tried to overtake and did the overtake wrong. And it all went wrong.
No, I think I'm going to have to blame you for that. You said Perry was your driver of the day. You said Perry was your driver of the day, and look what's happened to him.
It's between me and the chat. We go together as a team.
Exactly. I think you guys are going to have to talk to each other, because honestly, I think if you're talking to me, you're going to curse another driver.
Jovan, it's on me and you, buddy.
Oh, look at this. Laggy has DRS open on Vutaji. This is where now he's back in that DRS range. This is where Laggy wants to be.
2 laps ago when we crossed the line.
This is coming down to the wire, isn't it?
Now, let's put ourselves in Laggy's position. What would you do?
Well,
it's getting to the end of the season. We're going to be on week 6 next week. And we're going to Miami. We're going to Imola.
And then the final race, Monaco. That's where it's going to get dirty. I think Monaco is where we're going to see a lot of arguments.
He's got enough gap with Perry at the moment.
And now, but although Laggy, he's closing it in. He's getting so close. Now...
Well, there's a moment. There's been a moment. There's a moment from Vutaji, and he just got a bit scrambled.
But look at that. Once again, it just really shows the vulture instincts off of Laggy. He really just takes a lot.
And Laggy's got fresher tyres.
He does have fresher tyres.
He's on mediums, and Vutaji's on hards.
Yeah, Laggy is on the quicker compound compared to Vutaji. Although we do know Vutaji is that driver that even on an old set of tyres, he can really put his elbow down. He can really show like, hey, look, I'm here. I'm not going to move.
Laggy's only 0.2 off his best time. And that's on used tyres.
That is on used tyres. You know what? If this commentator curse is really a thing, my driver of the day is going to be Vutaji. We're going to see.
In the chat, Vutaji, if you watch this back and something does happen, we apologise. Yeah, we're going to hot up.
If something does happen, please don't come for me. I am merely just a commentator. Although, look at Laggy. He's going to have DRS into this big straight. We're going to see it. And now he is close enough. I think we're going to see a Laggy overtake on Vutaji now.
I think, like I said, Laggy, if it's going to be Laggy, he's going to have to pull a dirty move. again, keeping it clean but dirty in the sense that he block passes him and he can't get the switch back.
Look at this now. He's going to start opening his DRS now. We see that flap open. Look at Laggy. He's just ever that far enough from Buttigieg. He's not going to be able to get it this lap.
But he's
Although
not using ERS.
he isn't.
He's smart. He's conserving. He's waiting for that.
And look, Buttigieg does have less ERS deployment. He knows.
It's really, really hard to get out the corner. See how the car's dancing around.
His
Staying
tyres
straight.
are quite old. You have to remember this. He did pit quite early.
2 or 3 laps earlier.
But now look at Laggy. He's having DRS open. Look how close he is to Buttigieg. Starting the 27th lap. This is the penultimate lap
It's
now.
a dress rehearsal now.
This is really where it comes down to. Look at this. But look at this. Laggy takes that corner much better than Buttigieg. Look how close they are. Look at that. That was a beautiful set of corners, that from Laggy. Laggy is setting it in. Mind you this, look how close these top 2 are. This is beautiful driving, I'd say.
Not to mention, Elite still with Martinez going. They were 0.1, 0.2 off only.
Although Jumba has gone away with it, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to switch because any moment can happen now. I don't want to change who the top 2 are because on these last few laps, anything can happen. We saw it in Japan.
On the chat, can we reiterate? We've got only a lap and a half to go. Tell me who your driver is.
Look at this.
Who's going to win the race?
Look at Laggy. Laggy is breathing down the neck of Buttigieg. Buttigieg is not in a comfortable situation.
Half a second down.
No penalty.
0.3 now. We're only just slightly under half a second, and here we go.
I think this is where we're going to see it. I think this is where the moment happens.
Look
at this. Look at this. You can see, look how close Laggy is, but he knows he could overtake, but he didn't. He wants to capitalize on that DRS. Now, we're going to see it here. He has 81% ERS. Buttigieg with 57. Laggy is ready to put everything down. Pedal to the metal. Look, there he goes. ERS open. He's about to get DRS now, and he gets the flap open just now. Look at this. Look at the time he's making up. Buttigieg still very comfortably ahead, although he's closing in.
He's holding. He's going to win for the last lap.
I think he's going to do an absolute stunner on him. I think he's going to pull the quilt over his eyes. Now look, here we see Buttigieg. He's just like a sitting duck right now. He knows Laggy's right behind him. He knows he is quicker at this moment. But
getting close to getting those 2-second penalties.
We don't want to see this. Come on, we don't see it. On the final lap of this race, will there be a moment between these top 2 drivers? And it looks like, because we've seen Laggy, he takes his corner much better than Buttigieg.
Whoa! Massive moment from both of them over the bumps.
Look at Laggy though. Laggy keeps it a lot cleaner and a lot tighter through these corners. Buttigieg keeps it a lot more loose because once again, he's on the older compound.
Can he do it into turn 6?
I think we're going to see it into turn 6.
Whoa! Massive moment from Buttigieg. He just lost the rear end. And again, it's too far at the moment. I think at the moment, if Laggy's playing it smart, which he's played it all race long, he's going to do it into turn 14. Tight hairpin, back straight, DRS.
Oh, and Elite with a 3-second time penalty. He already has a front wing. He has front wing damage and a 3-second time penalty.
His night has it again.
Well, I argue it has been. The past 2 races, he's gone into a wall. I think it's quite good for him, isn't it?
Fair.
But now look at Laggy. He is on him. The cars are basically within each other. Look at this. We're seeing Laggy going around the inside of him. Oh, but there's really been a moment. I don't think there was contact there, but they were very close.
But he hasn't at the right time. They're going to both fight for that.
Yeah, but now this is where I'm saying, think about it. Buttigieg has a lot less ERS.
Let's go back to the front runners. We're into the back straight at the moment.
Look at this. Laggy has more ERS than Buttigieg.
It's now hold the tight line all the way to the right hand side.
Buttigieg is going to want this. He's going to want this position back. He wants to win this race because he knows if he gets this race, he is one step closer to that world championship.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
He doesn't get the move done though, unless he goes for a late braking.
Dive bomb?
No, he doesn't. He knows it's too risky.
Buttigieg's got it.
Oh,
and
he really does.
It's going into the last corner.
Okay, and now we're going to be around the last corner. We're going to be seeing these 2 drivers go to the very end. I don't think Laggy's Buttigieg's not going to be able to respond. Buttigieg gets a 3-second time penalty.
That's it. Laggy's to win.
And
Laggy wins the race.
Laggy wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Buttigieg in P2, Perry in P3. We're going to be going down into P6 with Elite with a 3-second time penalty going right behind Jumba. The top 3 finish. Perry P3, Butti P2, Laggy P1.
Morena safe P4, Jumba safe P5.
Now, he is a safe P5 because Elite had a 3-second time penalty. Although that means Martinez will be P6.
Oh my, here we go to the last corner. Can Elite just put a move on Jumba just to say he's better than him?
This is amazing. What a great race we've had, actually. Now, might I say, this is a great race from Elite. Even with front wing damage, he's managed to complete the race, and that's that. The midfield have finally rested. They can finally put their controllers down, take their feet off their pedals, and just relax after 28 laps of intense racing from this midfield team.
And I tell you what, let's give a massive round of applause to the midfielders, to both Jumba, Martinez, and Elite. Wilson again for coming back this week and doing a great race. Bone and Urco getting in the points between the top 10. They've both finished races important, and again, Rambo, bit far behind, had a bit of a misfortune, and he's going to come into 11th.
That is lovely, and that is the end of the race. Laggy securing P1. What an amazing race. Sad to see from Perry. And look at that, Martinez, driver of the day. Absolutely lovely, deserving. He was deserving of that. And that pushes up Laggy quite a few positions. And he's breathing down Vutici's neck. He knows he can get this world championship off. Vutici's not comfortably there now, though.
Now it's been Perry's lucky day, because he hasn't been able to maximise points on the part of Vutici. He's lost points to both of them, but he's there. And
now I will just like to say, we will be seeing you off. We will be seeing you next week. Next week, where are we going to be? We're going to be in Miami. We're going to be going to the States. Now, this is where it gets down to crunch time. We're seeing the final ends of this season. We are going to this penultimate race very soon. Imola. That's what we're going to see. Monaco, the last one, as we've mentioned. This is going to be a very action-packed season. It's been lovely with you all. Thank you for watching. We will see you back again next week, same time, different track, same drivers, and once again, more intense racing. Would you like to say anything else, Julian?
It's been absolutely action-packed this evening, and again, we're going to see magic races in the next Wednesday evenings. Stay tuned, and again, from the commentary box, good evening.
Good evening, good night, and everybody, we'll see you next time.